we'll do 3 calf crunches tonight because the finishing mechanics are the same. It's just from different positions, all right? So last week we ended with Ian getting me in this De La Hiva, right? So however we get there, whether it's me, starting standing, trying to pass, and he De La Hivas me, or we can get there from the ground, so I think we'll do one of those at the end where I intentionally get him there. But can you guys move in close now? All right, so he doesn't have control of my arm right now, but if there was a gi, he would probably have this grip, right? Which makes it more difficult for me to keep base and not get swept. But even if we enter and he's not De La Hiving me, I'm gonna get there anyway, all right? So he either does it or I enter this way on purpose, so he does this. All right, if I do that, he's in a good position, but I knew it was coming because I did it, right? So I drop my base and I turn my knee towards his knee. All right, here, it's much easier for him to sweep me and elevate me and expose my heel. But when I drop my base and turn my knee, it's much harder, right? Just this angle is gonna make a difference. So, step 1, I get the right angle. His ankle is gonna be on this hip, right? So as I come down, guys, I rotate my hips to make space. Just like we did the back step, I do the same thing here. Look, back step, right? Back step. Everybody sees like just making space here. Back step, then I bring it in. Everybody see this? His ankle is on my hip. My knee is driving this direction. And my hand is immediately blocking right when we sit. All right, so I'm gonna go slow, but last week we finished with this. So outside hand goes to the hip and faces up, okay? Here. This hand is gonna swim under and meet it. That's why I'm facing up. It's saying hello to the hand that's gonna catch it. Here. Now, I can't just roll here, very difficult. Maybe. If I was shorter, maybe someone could fit there, but I'm gonna make some space. And when I do, I just move my hip towards the hook leg. Look, this. See all that space I made? And it's still pressure here. If Ian moves, I just move with him. But he can't really attack me here. I'm not over committing where I can try to get triangled. I'm just here tight. Right? I'm relatively safe. Now all I do is roll in the space I made. But I don't want to roll super far. I want to roll just on the upper part of my back and stop. Right? And I'll show you why. Boom, we're here. Now look. Somersault. Hand meets the other hand, and I stop here. I pull his hip down, guys. I drive my hips up, and I expand my knee. Or fan my knee, I should say. Pull, drive, fan. Pull, drive, fan. If I go too far, I can still finish a calf crunch here, but he's gonna be able to do a lot of other things to not allow my hips to drive through. All right, and we'll show some different ways to get there, but I wanna kind of stop in that same position. I don't wanna over roll. All right, does you guys make sense why? So one more time, do both. Do one where he De La Hivas and one where I do it. So if he's doing it, I'm here. Cool, I have an option to do it. If I do it, we're here. Look, I step back, and sit. And this is essentially the setup for De La Hiva. It was on my palm up to the hip, hand, arm blocking the far leg. Make some space. The blocking arm rolls. I just roll over the shoulder and I look towards my hand. Grip, right? Lock, drive my hips up, pull his hips down, fan my knee. Go slow, because you can explode his knee fairly easy there if you go fast, right?
Are you putting your hand there so that he doesn't fall?
This one?
No, yeah, one that's like
yeah, so
the hip.
that's a great question. It is blocking the hip, right? So he can't automatically move that direction. It's not really as much so he could bolo, because I'm gonna go before he will, but it's also a mental thing. That's where my other hand is going, right? But it is blocking the hip as well. That's a good question. I turn, and this shin does not leave this area, okay? So I'll show you, everybody's getting here nice, but turn your knee a little. Your rolling is actually good, but I'll show you what a few of you were doing wrong. Watch this leg. This is the incorrect way, right? See where my leg is? My shin should be here. My knee should be out. My knee fans. If my knee is past his knee, I have no pressure, I can't fan. all right? So a lot of you guys, when you're rolling, you're kicking your leg through and there's zero pressure. And then it's just a weird position, right? So your knee, think of like, if you're triangling someone, your knee is fanned, or a bicep crush. This needs to fan. If I go this way, I have no pressure. When I lock it and fan it this way, that's where the knee will explode. All right, so a couple more reps. I don't care how you get there, whether he does it or you do it. This one real quick. This is very nice. You're getting here. As you get better at this, guys, when they get you, boom, it's one motion. Roll. But stop here. See where my knee is? Everybody sees this knee? It's here, not here. Here. Pull down, fan the knee as you drive up. If I'm here, even if I'm gripping, I have no pressure on you. Nothing. I have to come back to something else. Really just holding it. Does that make sense? Step back, lock it in, block it. Now, my hand that's blocking now is gonna come to the outside, all right? And I kick my leg back this way. This base leg kicks back. Look, I pull him in tight. My elbow is in tight, so he can't recover this leg, can't pummel out. This is controlling, he can't back up. I mean, he can move, but I'm gonna move with him. Here, this is my starting point. Now look, I fall on this shoulder, I lock my leg, I pull down, and I fan my leg towards Bill and Brian in the back. It's like banana split, but it's a calf crunch. Right? It sucks. But look from here, guys, too, if I want to come out, come back, start attack. We have all other options that you've done already. But this is just another calf crunch. Right? So you can start with this one, or you can go to the roll. You can start, come back up, and then roll. It's your choice. All right, so one more time. The first one was the harder one, the roll. This one, however we got there, whether it's him or I go like this, drop, hip, right? Knee flares. If my knee is straight here, guys, like this, driving towards his face, nothing. Grip, fan, lock it, fan it. And I'm still driving my hips in, right? If Ian can straighten his leg here, hard for me to get a calf crunch because there's no pressure. So I drive in, fan, pull. That's, you feel the difference, right? Does that make sense, guys? If I can't drive his leg in, there's nothing to break it in here or to blow the knee out. Good? All right, let's do it. Yeah, sure. I'll try to do it this angle. So we're good. He gets me and I get here. Boom. Always blocking this first. Now instead of rolling, I just lay. Hip. Drop. Lock, I pull his hip in, fan my knee, and drive my hip all at once. That's it. Make sense? So look, when I sit, we have the De La Hiva. When I go to sit, if my knee is straight like this, see how my knee is facing Sean? If my knee is facing Sean, no matter how much I pull and drive, I'm not going to get a tap. Yeah, he's calm. But when I do it the right way, see how my knee is angled through his knee? That's what I want, not this. That, just that small turn is gonna help. Now when I catch, look, I can get it here, nice. That's a big difference, right? This, I can't pull it hard enough to make it hurt. But when I turn my knee and flare it, it's a small thing, guys, but that's what's gonna explode the knee. Just doing, this is gonna be painful. But how long can he sit there until I get it right? I don't know. Or before he gets out. Sean will just laugh. Be like, what are you doing, Jim? He's done that before. Do a couple more and remember to fan the knee. If I'm in the guard, right, and I have his arm, and I do a bicep crush, if I just drive up, I have nothing. When my knee fans and I drive up, that's where the break comes. It's the same from the calf, all right? This pressure. He's on his back. I know this is kind of not how I've been teaching. This isn't sequential. That's the right word, right? But I have knee on belly, or hip, okay? This is a dominant position. I wouldn't really recommend attacking the legs here, but you can rep moves and have some fun, whatever, you know what I mean? But if I'm dominant, I try to stay on top. But there's a lot of leg locks here. All right, so we're here. I'm not going to really go over a ton in this position because you guys know it, but my shin is across his hip. I'm controlling his far hip with my hand is cupped, and I'm somewhere up here. All right, so wherever he goes, I go. Now, I'm going to turn towards the door and sit in between his legs. Okay? Look, big step back, but my leg doesn't go past his leg. Look, I sit in the middle of his legs and underhook. This leg does not go here. I can attack here, yeah, but I want to get the calf crunch, so look, it goes here. So, my top foot is pulling in, controlling his hip. My hand came to his knee and pulls in. All right, I'll go over everything, obviously, but this knee's going to be, this is where the problem's going to come in. I grip my bicep and my shoulder like a rear naked choke. Now, if I pull and drive here, it's the same problem we just had. My knee's not clearing. So look, also, if my knee's facing the ceiling here, Sean, kick your leg, just push. See how? My leg is somewhat strong, and he can still defend just by pushing, right? Do it again. I'm never going to bend that. All right, but look, when I turn my leg this way and inch in this way, that's where it comes from. Now he has to push my leg. Right? This he can push through. This turn, you can't push through my whole body like this, right? So we're here. We landed. Pull. Grip, grip, shoulder. Turn my leg. Now walk it in and drive the hips, and then roll and try to lock it. Sorry. That's worse. Do that one slow. There's a lot of pressure on that one, but the technique is the same. What did I do? His ankle was on my hip. I drove my hips in. I pulled his knee up, and I fanned my knee. The same, it's just a different set. So one more time, from the knee on belly, just a calf crunch, sit back. We're here. Right? Palm faces me, pull the knee in. Fan the leg. This, he's gonna kick. Not good for me, so I turn right away. Inch my leg, grip, drive, roll to the side. I'm gonna be loose here for Sean, but I wanna lock this and pull. Drive and pull. Last time, knee on belly, controlling the hip, move around, move around, move around, we're going. Look. See how my leg is this way, not this way. Or leg locks, really whatever. So I'll go over it real quick. Look, when we drive forward first, we pin and make space. Look, where am I? I lift, lock, calf crunch. What does he do? He goes with the pressure. I let him go with the pressure. Boom. Roll again, drive. So we were just in a bad position, that triple attack modified mount, and we attacked with a leg lock. Another one you can do from there, if that fails, right? So let's say we got to here, right? We got to here, but I can't get the calf crunch. He's not letting me elevate him. This cups his far leg. This grips his shin. I fan my knee towards Ben and Graham, and this leg pushes. And look, we're right in these attack positions that we did 2-3 weeks ago. But you got out of a bad position to get there. That's when I think the leg game will really start to not be beneficial. It's beneficial everywhere, but when you can get out of a bad position like that and you're instantly attacking someone, it changes your game. And people will always be thinking twice about what they're doing there, right? And even if you start hating it, like I'll just tap people's legs or grab their toes. I'm not gonna do anything. But they're like, oh crap, and they move, and then I pass the guard, or I get better side mount, better mount. Good job, guys, thank you.